Hey there. What you say is absolutely right. Um, but I had to stop the video and make a response right away. Uh, and tell you this because I stopped it at a minute and 23 seconds. I didn't even get the name. I was just watching it. Uh, because, yeah, this is true. God does not desire the blood. The idea that Jesus Christ died as a blood payment for the sins of the world is not a Christian idea. Eastern Orthodoxy, which is the oldest form of Christianity, the oldest continuous form of Christianity on the face of the earth. Uh, I would say the oldest form, but people can say, well, there's this sect that died out, and this, but those all rose up in the second and third centuries. So the oldest continuous form, one that nobody argues about, is Eastern Orthodoxy, and they reject this idea wholeheartedly. I'm Eastern Orthodox. We reject the idea of original sin. As for the genealogies, we don't worship the Bible, so like the Protestants do. We believe the Catholics have gone wrong with original sin. There's no such thing as original sin. The genealogies, Paul, in the works of Paul, he tells us they're useless. Our authority does not come from the New Testament or even the Old Testament. It comes from the church itself, which we believe is the continuation of Israel. So you say Christianity, you should be more specific and say Western Christianity because Eastern Christianity has none of these things. But then again, Eastern Christianity doesn't believe in proselytizing. So none of the missionaries that you would be talking about would be Eastern Orthodox. They would either be one of the cults uh, or Protestantism, possibly Roman Catholicism, although they usually if they do some type of missionary work, they usually set up like hospitals and stuff like that, much more honorable way. And if you don't want to believe what they believe, that's fine. They don't have a view of saved and unsaved, which is correct because the Eastern Orthodox don't have this idea either. So I would just encourage you to, if you're going to talk about Christianity, look at Eastern Christianity. Look at what they say. All Saints monastery on here. There's an archbishop, so you don't have to go through anything. Or reading a lot of stuff is you can be misguided by that. To stuff I read about Judaism, I don't believe all of it either. Some is probably taken out of context, like a lot of stuff in the Talmud. Uh, I've been shown verses by people saying that men can have sex with a child as many times as he wants, no matter what, because it just the virginity comes back to it like a tear in its eye or whatever. I don't hold fast to those things because nobody with authority speaks them. They may be a bit of a text. I don't know if they're metaphorical or not. But Archbishop Lazar, who is a Canadian, who's in Canada, he's a Canadian, and he's in charge of a monastery called All Saints Monastery. If you type in All Saints Monastery, just as one word in here, you'll find this stuff. But yeah, what you say is absolutely correct, and it's good that you say that because none of those ideas are Christian. They're Western Christian, and they are a later invention. Again, vicarious redemption, no, that's not Christian. Uh, the genealogies are we're told to absolutely ignore. Uh, but one thing I would challenge you about the Messiah is read Daniel. The Messiah can only come in a short period of time. Why do you think there were so many messiahs, so-called messiahs, well, I would call it first century Palestine, but there was no Palestine in first century Palestine. The name came in the second century. So Canaan, or say Judea, Galilee, Decapolis, the area, the Levant, or whatever. Tons. Juanita Mendoza, a guy called the Circle Maker. We had Alphaeus. You had John the Baptist, who's also in the New Testament. The Mandaeans consider him the Messiah. Of course, Jesus of Nazareth. Uh, Debating whether he's from Nazareth or Bethlehem. Again, insignificant totally. There's these attempts to link these things to supposed messianic things, but in the Bible, there's no this is a messianic prophecy, this isn't. It's only reflecting on those that we see what they are. There's no clear-cut ones. There's ones that are agreed on. A star shall show the way. Star shall come out of Judah. I think you guys don't hold to Isaiah 53 as a messianic prophecy, where we would, and we say that part has to be fulfilled too. So, uh, which that's kind of our like Daniel predicts that there's a short window of time. So he's got to come. So either your understanding of the Messiah is wrong, or ours is. Now, if you go and you say, okay, well, this one clearly says the specific timeline, should you go back and think, wait, maybe it's because your guy Maimonides or Rambam or whatever people call him, the Moses of Spain, I think so referred to as at one time, uh, talked about the Messiah and this kind of stuff, but you have to remember he's centuries and centuries after Christ, so he's speaking from a strictly Jewish perspective, and by that time Judaism and Christianity had long been split, and much what had happened in Judaism was a reaction to Christianity. You have to remember, Jamna, the council, was a reaction to Christianity. Before that, the Septuagint was loved by Jews. Um, but we're not going to get into that. Again, thank you for making this video. I would like you to consider this video. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. I will continue watching your video. If I feel the need to make another response, I'll make a fuller response and then take this one down. Peace to you.